Hello, my diamonds and my Hershey kisses. SheilaTruelove. Let's talk about Cardi B and what's going on with her now. Now, normally I don't discuss things like this, but when my supporters, my subscribers, they send me a text and they say, "What is your take on this?" or "How do you feel about Cardi B this?" or "What did you think about what is that woman who they have a show, whatever, Asante, whatever. Yeah, I only talk about it when I get 3 requests. Like if I get 3 text messages and they ask me, because 1, I don't really talk about it. 2, I no. But when I get 3 requests asking me to speak about something, then I will definitely take that into consideration. What do I think about Cardi B and her ex? Now he's whatever, child, and he's talking about he's leaving her because her BBL stinks. What y'all peas? You have women who don't have a BBL and men who don't have BBLs that stink. But let me share some clips with you and then we'll talk about it. Okay, here we go.
So I'm hearing that Stefon Diggs and Cardi B has broken up. From my understanding, he said that her BBL stinks, it was unbearable, and he couldn't take it anymore. I believe a couple of weeks ago, I did a post on Fun Girl, wife material. Enjoy your day.
Okay, let's watch another clip in terms of Cardi B explaining why she decided to get a BBL, because her background, where she comes from, women who have big booties or well endowed in her whatever, those women are celebrated. Anyway, let me share this with you. This is just ridiculous.
Ladies that like they praise thick girls, that they praise thighs, they praise all of that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk around my flat. No, some of y'all happy with it, that's great, but that just wasn't me when I was young. So
stank BBL is the reason she got dumped. And y'all, it's absolutely messy. I'm not saying it's true because I ain't got no whips, but if it is, that's crazy. But it might not be that surprising, because if there's one thing that we know about Cardi, is that she loves her some plastic surgery, and that sit down ear might be suffering. But y'all, plastic surgery has pretty much become a regular thing in Hollywood. So many celebrities have had some type of work done, but you never know it from the way they talk. Most of them swear up and down that it's just a new contour technique, a stricter diet, and suddenly they're going vegan, as if those things magically reshape your entire face and body. And I'm not about to start dropping names, but let's be real a second for a millisecond. There are some transformations that just don't come from green juice and yoga alone. But now Cardi is like a whole different story. Unlike a lot of celebs who act like they woke up one day with a new nose and curves, Cardi has been refreshingly honest about the procedures that she's had done. And she's not shy about it either. She's talked openly about getting her body done, enhanced, and even warned people to seriously think it through before jumping into it. She's also kept it 100, and that's something a lot of folks respect about her, because one thing Cardi gonna do is try to keep it all the way real. But lately there's been some talk online about whether Cardi might be taking it a step too far. Some fans have been starting to point out that her look is changing again, and not in the best way. There's concerns that maybe all this tweaking and touch-ups are starting to catch up. These days, Cardi doesn't really open up about it as much, but if you've been following her from early on, then you know that a big reason she started getting this plastic surgery had to do with how she was raised and the environment she grew up in. Where she came from, thick girls were celebrated. Like, the standard of beauty was all about having a big booty, a full chest, and those Coke bottle curves. And that was the look everybody admired, and Cardi just didn't fit into that mold. She said before that growing up she was super skinny, and in her world that wasn't exactly seen as attractive. In fact, she was one of the only girls around her who didn't have that thick body type, and instead of just brushing it off, it really stuck with her. She got teased, she got bullied, and over time that started to wear her down and wear down her confidence. It made her feel like she wasn't beautiful, like something was wrong with her.
Now you notice how she said she comes from a nationality. She's Dominican. But black, Dominicans can also have a brown skin, and that in the black community, or where she came from, thick girls are celebrated, which explains why you see so many of these women these days getting these BBLs. And it also explains why you see a lot of Caucasian women and other races of women, they're flocking and going to black men, because with a black man, at least you can eat. Normally, when you think about the other races of men, they want their women to be skinny or thin. So you can't hardly eat, you can't enjoy life, you got to make sure you don't gain pounds. But whereas with black men like a woman who got some meat on her bones. And I think the reason it has something to do with when you have a lot of these men who want these skinny and thin women, I think, this is just my viewpoint, you don't have to agree and you don't have to throw me under the bus, let's be adults here, agree to disagree, but I think it has something to do with their eggplant and their pickle. Now keep in mind, I have 5 brothers, I'm the only girl, and me and my brothers, we talk. A man who is well endowed, he wants a woman who's thick. Whereas men who are not so endowed, they look for thin and skinnier women because it's easier to bend them, like twist them up into a pretzel, this position, that position, so they can feel some kind of sugar walls. You got to bend them up all, do this position, lift your legs up till you hold your hands while you lift your legs and twist your legs, all of that. Whereas women who are thick, they don't need to be bent in different pretzel positions because they have natural sugar walls between their legs. You know the old saying, more cushion for the pushing. So when you have meaty, like right around the hips, and you're meaty and you're thick, that makes it, yes, so much more enjoyable when it comes to, sexual whatever. Now, in terms of Cardi B she had a nice body the way she was. You don't see men going around here putting themselves under the knife, risking their life just so that they can be celebrated or get attention. Now you have several men who are undergoing penile implants. Yes. But you look at the percentage of men undergoing cosmetic surgery and women doing this is ridiculous. And my thing is, women really need to stop risking their lives just to meet unrealistic beauty standards. Every day, we hear about another woman who's dying on the operating table or suffering long-term complications from cosmetic surgeries like BBLs, liposuction, extreme breast enhancements, all to look like what? A filtered Instagram model. This is or trying to look like a celebrity who she don't even look like that in real life. And I just want to ask you something. Do you see men lining up to get dangerous surgeries so they can be loved, celebrated, or accepted? No, you don't. Men are not dying trying to please women physically the way women are trying to please men, or even worse, how women keep competing against each other. So many women have been brainwashed to think that your value is your appearance instead of your purpose that God has given you, or your character, or your personality, or your intelligence. It's time for women to flip that mindset for real. You are enough just the way you are. You hear me, Cardi? Child, please. You're worthy of love without having to go under the knife. You are beautiful without becoming a product. You have to learn to love your body and to protect your life. Don't trade your health just for some likes or to be celebrated or some clicks. Stop literally dying to be accepted. Start living to be respected. What would you prefer? Attention? I ask a lot of girls, what do you prefer? Attention or respect? I would choose respect every time. Let's look further in terms of what's going on with my beautiful Cardi B. Do I love her? Yes, I do. I wish you would call me. Call Auntie, child. Okay, let's listen further to what these dudes have to say. Say that Cardi B, she regrets getting the BBL. Actually, I've heard a lot of women who say they regret getting this BBL. But let's listen.
Cardi B regrets BBL surgery. Blames BBL odor for Offset cheating. You heard anything about
BBL
that?
odor. So her BBL was stinking?
Yeah. So I was looking into this.
It's rotten?
I don't know why, but I guess a lot of girls that have BBLs, they stink. It stink.
Hey, we ain't gonna call. Hey, listen, there's a lot of motherfuckers without BBLs that stink too.
Yeah, thank you.
But like that shit is something else. So I was looking at it. You know how we was always, or you would see them videos and it was like, yo, her twerk wind is nasty and all that. That's what that shit is.
Yeah.
Man. And so not just her, because when I looked it up, there was a bunch of girls saying like the side effects is that shit's stinking. But so she came out and said, yeah, she's getting rid of all that, and she blames Offset cheating because her ass twins.
Okay, let's check out this video also with this Stefon Diggs. He dogs out Cardi. Baby, please. You can never dog out Cardi. You've been dogged. My thing is, my beautiful Cardi, she needs to learn how to choose differently. I'll talk about that after. Let's just listen to this nonsense. It's making me sick.
So it looks like the relationship between Cardi B and her boo Stefon Diggs could be short-lived. So yesterday, his alleged side piece dropped some receipts showing that they've been having something going on and he's been cheating on Cardi B. So this is the picture that was floating around at first. Then this picture came behind it, and then the alleged side piece posted this on her IG stories. I hate when the end act like he wasn't just crashing out being a stalker, but I'll let them have social media and play my part so he can get his clout. And she's showing messages that he sent her earlier this month. He said, where you at? She said, home. Doing what? Nothing. Was on the phone talking. What you doing? Downstairs. Was waiting to see something I don't like. She said, huh? Then she posted, I'm gonna let him have it today before we start boxing each other out again. Now what's so crazy is all this came out after Cardi B said this on Spaces.
You know what? It's been a couple of weeks and I haven't addressed nothing because it's like, you know, when you got a gorgeous man and loving you from head to toe, it's like, I don't really give a fuck what anybody say when you got a real fine that loves you from head to toe. It's like, whatever. Gorgeous.
But this is the thing. Stefon Diggs has always had a reputation of being a player. He was just talking to Young Miami not too long ago, but she cut him off because he allegedly had a baby on the way. So I don't know if Cardi B knew what she was getting into prior to getting with him, but it's no secret. Not to mention Cardi B is going through a divorce with her husband Offset right now because he continued to cheat on her. So I'm really wondering how this is making Cardi B feel. Now, speaking of ex-husbands or soon-to-be ex-husbands, when Offset heard that Stefon had allegedly been cheating on Cardi B, he took to his IG stories to troll her. First he posted, it's a cold world we live in. Then he posted laughing emojis. But you know, he's bitter because she finally decided to leave, even though he decided to cheat on her over and over again. So he's gonna be happy at any negative thing that happens to Cardi, which is pathetic. But this is what other people had to say about these cheating allegations.
This is too much. Now, ma'am, he not a prize. Cardi just with him to get over Offset. He not the prize. All of them dogs.
Okay,
Now you notice how Cardi said she didn't respond for a while because when you have a gorgeous man and he's telling you that he loves you from head to toe and you feel so good about it, no. Ladies, please, when a man shows you who he is the first time, believe him. Stop trying to rewrite his character in your mind. If he has a reputation, now he has a reputation, this Stefon Diggs. Yeah, I like to dig something for him. Anyway, he has a reputation of being a player, a liar, emotionally unavailable. Don't think you'll be the one to change him. Take that reputation seriously. Now, my thing is this. I don't understand why Cardi keeps picking the same kind of men. What is that? Her husband, whatever you call that a husband, that's not no marriage because God didn't put it together. God would never put one of his children with someone who's going to abuse the hell out of you. Satan put that together. But this dude, I'm going to say dude because he's damn sure ain't no husband. Offset, he's off all right. Somebody need to go set him off somewhere. Ciao, bye. But what I notice is with Offset, Stefon Diggs, both Sagittarius. She seems to tend to like these people with that characteristic and those personalities. I also wonder, Cardi B is Dominican. She's Hispanic. Why is it that she keeps picking black men? What is it about the black man? Oh, he got swag and he's so cool. Honey, being cool and swag ain't taking care of your children. It's not making him a good husband. Why does she keep picking these types? What's wrong with dating a Dominican man, a Puerto Rican, a Hispanic, a Mexican, even Caucasian? Anything. But constantly dealing with these black men. Don't you know the reputation that they have when it comes to making babies and leaving them? Not all of them. And let me make note, not all of them, but I'm talking about the percentages here. 97% rotten to the core. What's the problem? Too many women are getting fooled because he knows how to say all the right things. He got swag and he's an entertainment. You know, dance, ninja, dance. He's got his eggplant. Yeah, whatever, child. These men, they'll tell you that he loves you from head to toe, that you're different. Oh, you're the only one. But his actions tell a completely different story. Love is not just about a man, what he says. It's about what he does. Real love is consistent. It's respectful. It's intentional. So don't ignore the red flags, ladies. Just because he gives you butterflies or says something sweet, child, please stop falling in love with potential and start paying attention to the patterns that they constantly keep showing you. If his words and his actions don't line up, believe the actions. That's where the truth lies. And always know, Cardi, you don't know your worth, girl. You're beautiful. With makeup, I've seen her without it. This girl is an easy 10, even a 10 without makeup. She's beautiful. She did not need to go and do all of this surgery on her body. No, she don't. She didn't need that. She has to know her worth. And she has to learn to protect her heart and stop giving her time to men who only look good in theory, but they never show up in reality. I don't care how good he looks. And they don't even look good. What? On a scale of 1 to 10, what? I would give them a 3. Offset, are you serious? I don't know. Stefon Diggs, whatever, child. And I can't put enough emphasis on how women, you really need to stop focusing on what a man looks like or how much swag he has, because good looks and charm, that don't raise children. They don't pay bills. And that don't make him a good man, even if he got money. Who cares? Cardi got what? Cardi's like what? Let me check how much her worth is. I just look it up. She's worth $101.6 million. She don't need no Dusty. Chop. Ooh, Cardi. I love you, Cardi. And you got a lot of your sisters out here rooting for you, girlfriend. We are loving you totally. However, and at the same time, you do need to hopefully take some time. Everything don't have to be about a man, Cardi. Let's start focusing on sisters. You have sisters. You have a close-knit family. Focus on that. And now you have children. Focus on giving them a spiritual foundation, Cardi. Find a non-denominational church. Get the babies in church. Read Bible stories to them. Read the Bible. And, hang close with your family. Focus on finding some women who are on Jesus Christ team, so that way you can find somebody who you can trust. And I'm not talking about fake and phony Christian women. I'm talking about real ambassadors for Jesus Christ. You don't want no fanatics. Religion this, and I can't do that. No, we don't want fanatics, honey. We don't want no modern day Pharisees either. It's not about religion, it's about spirituality. And keep in mind that just because a dude looks good or he got this charm, no. No. That don't make him a good man, Cardi. Character, responsibility, and consistency should matter more than his looks and how much swag and how big his pickle or his eggplant is. And you have to keep in mind that with these men, their eggplant or their pickle, it has an expiration date. Yeah. See, we could go on and on like the Energizer Bunny. But it's just a matter of time before he's going to have to take Levitra, Viagra, Cialis, some kind of pill, child, to get it going. Penis rings, penis pumps, penis injections. So, please. A real man shows up. He's going to support you. He's going to protect you. He's going to build you up spiritually. If he's not on God and Jesus' team, stay away, Cardi. Please. You know, not just looks. It is what counts. So I'm just here trying to not only tell Cardi, but to tell all of my beautiful diamonds, and my Hershey Kisses, and my Teletubbies, please stop choosing men based on how they look, how smooth they talk, or how much swag. Whatever, child. Tap dance, ninja, tap dance, whatever. That swag doesn't raise kids. That face card that he got, that don't pay the rent. And that stupid charm, that doesn't make him loyal, respectful, or emotionally mature. Stop making lifetime decisions based on temporary thrills. You know that eggplant that you're chasing? That has an expiration date. One day he's going to need pills, pumps, and prayers just to function. So if that's all he's offering, he's got nothing real to stand on. Don't get fooled by muscles, his cologne. Ooh, listen to his deep voice. Ask yourself, can he lead a family? Can he build me up in the most important area and spiritually and give my children a spiritual foundation? Does he protect my peace? Is he going to really build me up? Or is he just playing dress up in a grown man's costume? Because at the end of the day, my beautiful diamonds, at the end of the day, swag, it fades. Looks, it changes. And their bedroom skills don't keep the lights on. Character, his personality, consistency, his relationship with his great creator, and commitment. That's what lasts. That's what's real. That's what real grown women should be looking for. Now, Cardi is in her 30s. Her mind is fully developed. It takes your brain to become fully developed by 25, 26. She's in her 30s. Okay, Cardi, come on, ma. Let's pull it together, girl. You got it in you. And yes, you have so many people who love just you, not your performance, not what you can do, but they love your personality because you're positive. You speak up. You keep it real. Yeah, I had some plastic surgery. Yeah, I chose to do that, whatever. But like I said, you're naturally beautiful, girl, with all of that crap, without it. We love you very much. Very much, Cardi. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Keep your head up, sis. You got this.